It's Chatty Ashley, and it's a cozy, chilly kind of day in Daegu today. So I have on my big sweater. So excited to wear this. I love this color, and it's just feels so great. I got it off of Amazon for like $35. It's like one of those oversized grandpa, like Cliff Huxtable type sweater, but not ugly like Coogee or something. Anyway, it's real cute. So today we are going to talk about what to bring to South Korea as a military family specifically. So first of all, um, your dependents need to be coming in sponsored. They don't have to be coming in sponsored. They can live off the economy. However, that's a little bit of a rougher road to take. So my husband luckily did get command sponsorship when he asked for it. It was approved. So we all had to get government passports and they had to be sent off and whatnot. So that's first of all, your family. Bring your family. Of course, you commit to 2 years when you do that, but I think it's better to keep your family together. Also, if the children are, if you're divorced, basically, you have to get approval from the children's other parent. They have to sign off on a notarized letter, and it has to be the original. You have to turn that into somebody. Next, pets. Your pets are going to need certain immunizations and shot records, et cetera, et cetera. So sadly, we decided to not bring our puppy. He is living with my mother-in-law currently. His name is Duke. He's a Yorkshire Terrier. He's little. He's a baby. I just really didn't want to adjust to apartment living again with a dog. So we left him behind, and some days we're sad and some days we're not. But if you do bring your puppy, make sure all of his records are up to date and make sure there is room on the plane, because we actually were going to take him, but then we found out there wasn't any room and we had to find someone to pet sit him and then put him on a plane and pay for a ticket for him. So it was just a big mess. So really think about your pets during this process. Um, Also, remember, you're going to be moving into an apartment, most likely, whether it's on post or off post. So you might be downsizing in the amount of square feet that you have. So think about that. We had a very large home, so we decluttered. We also went through and condoed. That's what I call it. Well, I didn't coin that term. We did not do that. It's basically where you like pick up items and decide, do I love this item? Do I not love it? Can I live without it? If you can, you get rid of it. So we decluttered. We had a yard sale for a month, just to make a little bit of extra money. Anything that we didn't sell, we just donated it to Goodwill. We also, at the very last minute, we got temporary storage. We stored a whole bedroom set and a couple of miscellaneous items and a lot of my professional resources. I'm a teacher. So we stored those things. Unfortunately, but gladly, at the same time, again, it was a very last minute decision to get the temporary storage. So we had to give a friend power of attorney to get into our storage locker and have the government come and pick it up. So it's really a good idea to make these plans in advance, or at least have some people you can rely on to help you out um, back stateside. Also, remember, you're not going to have a yard. There are some houses on post where people do have yards, but that's very few and far in between. So we had to store most of our lawn equipment. Um, let's see. Appliances. So we live off post. So a lot of our appliances we had to actually get converters in order to use them, because the outlets are different over here in Korea. And actually some of my appliances didn't even work. Like one of my lamps blew out, so I wasn't able to use that. So it might be just a good idea to get rid of some of them, or just count on either your apartment complex providing you converters, which they did, 4 of them, but we still had to go out and get another one. And remember that when those converters are running, you're paying for that. So you might want to cut those off before you leave your apartment. If you live on post, you won't have that issue. But of course, you don't really know what's going to happen until you get here. Let's see. Um, let's talk about the weather. We're gonna jump down here. Make sure you pack your clothing for all 4 seasons. They have monsoon season here, so you might need you and your family members might need raincoats. It gets really cold here. It might get a dusting of snow in Daegu, so if you're not used to the cold weather, it'd be a really good idea to just go ahead and get a winter jacket while you're in the States. Get some boots, gloves, hats, scarves, all that. I hate being cold, so I already got all of those things. And of course, yellow dust season, but I mean, that's allergy related. So you don't really have to prepare for that other than getting your allergy medication. You can get that from the clinic, though, so that's not really a big problem. But just remember to pack for all 4 seasons here. Hiking and camping is really big here, and we actually really do like to camp, but we didn't bring our tents. We did bring some lawn chairs, and we brought our bikes, and we brought rollerblades and our hammocks. Also, good idea, bring a really good pair of shoes. Do a lot of walking. And there's like this beautiful Mount Asman. We haven't climbed it yet, but you'll need some good shoes. And probably a backpack and maybe one of those camel thingies. What are they called? Anyway, um, as far as transportation is concerned, you should bring one vehicle. Remember, the roads are small. Um, if you want a second vehicle, you will need approval for that. Make sure that when you ship your vehicle, that it's super clean and it can only have, I think, maybe a quarter tank of gas in it when you ship it. So make sure you follow those rules. Mm. Also, when you're looking for an apartment, make sure you have room for storage. We dedicate this one room that I'm in right now for additional storage. All of our rooms have balconies off of them, luckily, so we use those for storage as well. Um, and yeah, you're gonna need more room because there's not really a lot of closet space in all of the apartments. So just make sure you use one dedicated room for storage if you are able, because of course they have a lot of military gear and whatnot, so you're going to need storage for that. Also keep in mind that in the apartments, they're all hardwood floors or fake hardwood, whatever, tile, vinyl, whatever. You might need to buy some area rugs if you're not used to walking on hardwood floors all day, because it really can take a while to get adjusted to it. My feet hurt for a minute, even though my last house I didn't have any carpet in, but I still had a hard time adjusting to walking on the hardwood floors. Also, you can't puncture these walls. Maybe on post, not really sure, but in these apartments, you can't nail anything. So, like you'll see this picture back here, I mounted that with a bunch of command stick strips with the Velcro on them. You can get those on Amazon. So you have a lot of pictures and frames. You might want to downsize a little bit because you need a lot of command strips to be able to hang those. We did bring a lot of holiday decorations because we wanted to feel, as normal as possible during the holidays for us and, of course, the children. Here's a couple of random things. We did not opt to get cable. I know some people who did, but it is a good idea to go ahead and get a Netflix or Hulu or HBO subscription, because you can run it, of course, through the internet. If you do get cable, of course, you can subscribe to the AFN network, which has a lot of American shows and sports and whatnot. Make sure you unlock your cell phone before you come. Not all cell phones work. Like my husband's Droid didn't work here, but my Apple phone did. So since it was already unlocked, we were able to use it. So just go ahead and get it unlocked or know how to unlock it in the event that your phone is compatible here. Let's see. Just some random things for some women. Bras, makeup, and underwear. Of course, you can find these things at the PX, but if you have a particular shade that you may need or size that you may need, and then sometimes you need a really good one. And if you don't want to wear just Hanes underwear, I recommend you go ahead and you stock up on those things. But really, everything else you can find at the PX. You can find all the foods you need, Lowry season, coconut oil, cinnamon, vanilla. You can find these things at the PX. So that's it for this one. Oh, one more thing. If you need things, you can utilize, of course, the housing office will supply you with like furniture and things like that. Also, the Apple Tree thrift store on Post. You may be able to find some things there. And then, of course, there's online thrifting at those groups on Facebook. So I hope that this was helpful and not just a video full of me rambling. So, peace.